There have been some Titanic head-to-heads in modern history. Think Ali versus Fraser that ended in the rumble in the jungle. Think Reagan and Gorbachev in international diplomacy. Think Scargill versus Thatcher domestically. Think Coe versus Ovett in middle distance running. Or even Kasparov versus DeepMind in chess. And we have one more head-to-head Titanic battle coming up that joins this pantheon. What am I talking about? Well, it's Nigel Farage and Count Binface, of course. So in the upcoming Clacton by-election, where all the parties at Westminster have declined to field a candidate, we have essentially a head-to-head, a race between the leader of the Reform Party, Nigel Farage, and Count Binface, the 5,900-year-old alien insurgent who's here to ensure that we pay no more than 99p for a 99. Now, the big question I want to know is, are the BBC going to host a question time-like debate in the way they have for recent by-elections? After all, the BBC is known for its impartiality, and if it fails to do so, will it blow its credibility? And what will such a debate look like? Will we have Nigel Farage protesting that Binface is part of the establishment, which is after all part of why he has called this by-election? Or will Binface convince people that his policy of sending Katie Hopkins to the ghost zone is actually a proper, sensible policy for a modern government? All jokes aside, the reason why we're in this position is because Nigel Farage has decided that the investigations and scrutiny he faces over his personal finances and donations he's received personally, he says, is a step too far and is all part of an establishment plot to discredit him and to prevent him and Reform more widely from seeking power. And as such, he has said he is going to turn to the people, who should be the ultimate arbiters of what's right or wrong, and let the people decide. And the other parties have said, we're not playing your game, and therefore, as a serious politician, he is now the only one standing at the Clacton by-election. Now, you'd have thought that he would have gained this through and looked at this possibility. After all, David Davis tried something very similar a number of years ago, and all the other parties did the same thing. So why would that not happen again here? Why would the other parties give Nigel Farage the satisfaction of winning a by-election that was seriously fought, which would then make his case a little bit stronger? So if we go back to the decision itself, it is possible that two opposing views are both right. And those opposing views are that Nigel Farage has broken the rules, he has accepted money without declaring it properly, that there is something a little bit dodgy going on, and that he's crying wolf by declaring that all this interest in him is grossly unfair. The other side of it is that there's an establishment plot to undermine him because the blob is terrified of a Reform government and a Nigel Farage prime ministership. And it's entirely possible that both of those are true at the same time. The establishment has merely cottoned on to the fact that Farage has messed up. He has failed to declare things properly that he should have done. It's clearly a breach of the rules, and he is in trouble. Whether or not they'd have fabricated something if they hadn't found this, who knows? But they have found this, they don't need to. So while there is lots and lots of evidence that the establishment wants to get Nigel Farage, in this instance, they've not had to try very hard because Nigel basically shot himself in the foot. Ta-ra!